Writer Molly Jong-Fast offered this observation up into the Twitterverse recently. Hell hath no fury like a conservative asked to wear a mask during a pandemic. Now, obviously, I understand that Ms. Jong-Fast is paid to be a provocateur, stirring people's passions to generate clicks. And I suppose I will be accused of feeding the trolls by caring enough to offer some kind of explanation. But in the spirit of trying to understand each other better, here goes. First of all, the mask issue is not all left-right, conservative, liberal, as many of us know. And secondly, it's unfair to characterize someone as objecting to being asked when in fact what people object to is being forced by government. But let's get beyond that. I get it. We all get it. This was a novel coronavirus. It was new, perhaps produced in a lab.
No. Well,
and it confounded everyone. We all understand that even experts are fallible. They make mistakes. It's not that the experts were wrong about the virus's origins that has me at the point where I am today. It's not that they were wrong about predictive modeling. It's not that they were wrong about the virus seasonality or lockdowns or the surface transmission of the virus, or vaccines preventing transmissibility. That isn't why I'm to this point. It's not that they randomly concocted some arbitrary distance of 6 feet for social distancing. It's not that they were gallingly wrong about the issue of face masks. Sure, they turned the act of donning one into some sort of bizarre cult. This despite the actual science, the studies, the peer-reviewed, the 25,000-word academic findings with 370 references that said cloth masks don't work to stop the spread of airborne COVID. It wasn't even their apparent knowledge of this reality that resulted in their unwillingness to practice what they preach. Wearing masks outside with no one around, out on a beach, but not wearing them when shopping indoors despite their own mandates to do so. The truth is, I can get past that. All of it, if any of them, even one of them, would just say sorry. If they'd exhibit even the slightest bit of remorse as they roll up on our TV screens and just casually admit this.
Cloth masks are not appropriate for this pandemic. It's not appropriate for Omicron. It was not appropriate for Delta, Alpha, or any of the previous variants either, because we're dealing with something that's airborne.
What is that? What is this tone that suggests, well, obviously cloth masks don't work, when we've all been forced like lemmings into wearing them at theaters, ball games, shopping malls, restaurants, even forcing our little kids to wear them at school for the better part of 2 years? This lady, Lena Wynn, herself has been among those shaming us, writing things like, "We are asked to wear cloth over our mouth and nose, wash our hands and avoid crowds. Seldom has so little been asked for so much benefit." And, wearing a piece of cloth, it's a little uncomfortable. It's a lot less uncomfortable than ventilators, dialysis lines, all of those things that have had to happen to my father. Even church leaders have used that line of reasoning to suggest that Christians who don't wear masks aren't being Christ-like, that they are failing Jesus by not loving their neighbor. What is that? That's not okay.